Welcome back to the Qatar QTerminals Classic 2021. We're live from the Khalifa complex.
He's got to make sure, Abouelghar that is, that he gets it past the, that forehand on the left side of Walla. It's just one area he just needs to be a bit more aware of, perhaps, than against other players. That's the one I mean. There it is.
Right on cue, Johnny.
And out 2-3.
At times it is a little bit like he's not actually playing a left-hander.
Yep. Cardinal sin. Just a free shot there for Abouelghar. We'll have another look at it. I mean, his wrist. Very wayward there again. We saw some pretty simple errors creeping into Walla's game there at the end of that game. And it was all too easy for Abouelghar as he just marches off to his corner. He's very happy with getting that one on the board in 9 minutes.
Seems nice and calm and relaxed. To be honest, Johnny, he's had battles with a lot of the players. I mean, a lot of the very top players. He's the only one he's really converted was Marwan El Shabagi, and that was in El Gouna. And then he ended up losing to Mostafa Asal. Lob again winning in the rally.
Look at the body language of Walla.
Yeah, and he's good signs for the bullet. He's got a nice balance. He's using lovely variety on the front wall. Good consistency to the back. Look at that. He's playing very well. He's playing very well.
Yeah, it's definitely a masterclass from Abouelghar. His life's being made a lot easier, though, from an opponent who's just looking slightly dejected as that game wore on. Well, Walla dominated Abouelghar there, and he got held once here at the end of this rally. Again, his movement is just completely stopped there.
He looks to be really struggling physically.
Yeah, he's not looked himself right from the start.
He's kind of bending over quite a bit and stuff, which he doesn't usually do. I mean, he's played that in, and that's another example of what he's able to conjure up, you know, movement-wise, and then
a bit of fire in there, but he was pushing the ball around right from the start. So looks like it's going to be over, and there it is.
11-6 match to
no, he doesn't look at the races there physically. He's been struggling for whatever reason. He's come unstuck here against Abouelghar. The other side of the coin, the Egyptian played very, very calculated, calm, accurate squash. 28 minutes, just under 30 for this first match of today's play in the bottom half of the draw, and the bullets through to the quarterfinals. We're going to hear from him now with Andy down on court.
Wouldn't want to get one of Mostafa Asal's fully wound up forehands anywhere into the back of you. Good work from Asal. He's been very patient, and he has tidied up his act. Pretty much on cue when you said he needs to tighten up and get the accuracy levels right, Joe. He's done exactly that.
You can see that, you know, the heavy strapping there, Soliman's right leg, and he's cracking on. I mean, it's a good response here from the Alexandrite.
No lets or lets. There's not enough discouragement there from the referees to stop him from doing it. Still hanging on to game ball, 32 minutes up on the clock, so this game We had a match the other night, and that is a bit fortunate, but it's done the job.
Well, he holds him off, and we talk about the conditions here on this glass court. You have to look at the duration of this first game. 33 minutes. I mean, that was longer by 5 minutes than the first match between Abouelghar and Adrian Waller, and it's a 13-11 victory in that first game. 1 game to love lead.
Asal tried to take him in a couple of times using the boast. That one there, as long as it's dragging him into the corner, then it's fine. Like that, so you see Soliman's overrunning almost every shot where he has to stretch now. Great shot. He's been flicking that down the line. Watch the late subtle change of angle there. Very soft as well. Using that flick to great effect. And he's won the point again. He's actually managed to sort of find a few holes in Asal there when he's able to get in position to use that clock.
Fully moving it like he'd like to, and he's, as you say, causing problems.
It's a good threat there.
11-8.
Because he showed the straight drop earlier on, he was able to deceive Youssef Soliman. So Mostafa Asal now moving on to a 2-love lead. 47 minutes so far in this second match of this afternoon's play.
Oh, that was incredible, Joey. He actually was in the
That
air
was
as he hit
unbelievable. Yeah, we need to definitely have that clipped. I'd love to see that again.
No, you won the point. I was going to stop.
I mean, that was extraordinarily gymnastic from Youssef Soliman.
Yeah. Can we have the court attendance, please?
I'd love to be able to see that again. Oh, goodness me, that was
like a goalie where just he sort of
so
fell
impressive.
back, yeah, and
both
back
feet
to
were
the
off.
right. We'll
This
see
will
it
be
better
really
here.
cool, yeah.
Yeah, but no.
Unreal.
I stopped play after the winning shot. I just didn't want anyone running through dangerous conditions. But we're taking the result of the rally.
So the chit-chat between Soliman and referee Sheldon Anderson continues on. And that's it. He's calling it a day.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, he
has given his best effort and was retiring from the match.
it's unfortunate for Soliman, but fingers crossed he will be able to get his leg healthy and he'll be able to finish the year strongly. Mostafa Asal just going off into his corner, but some really good squash there. Just that first game. We talk about 33-minute first game between these two players on what is a very cold court. So fingers crossed Youssef Soliman will be okay for the next few events on the PSA World Tour through 2021. But it's the Raging Bull. It's 52 minutes still of a run out. Goes through into the quarterfinals. He'll probably come back on court, I'd imagine, just to have a few words with Andy. Well, welcome back to the third match of today's play. Tarek Momen, the number 3 seed, taking on Tom Richards of England.
Oh, this is incredible. He's really got Richards absolutely doing diagonals in that rally, and the approach of these two is just the absolute complete opposite of what we saw in the last match. And that was horrible there for a moment. He just completely lost control of the arm movement. Yeah, just look at this here. Very, very strange. Strangely edgy though Momen today. He's made a lot of unforced errors. Hurricane's just blown through here from Joey. And again, as Richards doesn't get that one back.
Well, very contrasting first game to what we just saw previously with Mostafa Asal. Well, the old chip and charge.
so far, you have to say, if this kind of style continues, Richards, that trademark slide from Momen, just seems to be holding back a little bit with his movement, for whatever reason. Just wild the way he's going for it there. I mean, it doesn't need to be that extreme. I know he wants to attack, but it's all too easy, really. From Richard's perspective, he had a massive chance there. Got far too over-exuberant, firing wildly to the front of the court, leaving himself open too many times.
Still nowhere near the first game of the previous match. And it's now 2-love for Tarek Momen, another 13-11 victory.
Looks like Momen is just for the first time settling today. Starting to take Richards to the cleaners here a little bit.
Going to be coming up against, unless something very extravagant happens here, Mostafa Asal. Is interestingly not lunged in that front right-hand corner. So Tarek Momen booking his place into the quarterfinals with a massive billing against the Raging Bull, rematch of the US Open barely 10 days ago. And the whole match of 30 minutes, not even surpassing the first game between Mostafa Asal and Youssef Soliman, which was 33 minutes. Welcome back for the last match of today's play, the last of the last 16. Coll, the number 2 seed, taking on the rising Frenchman.
Subtle changes, a little bit of deception all the time. And the longer each rally goes, the pressure building in the mind of Masotti. Where can I find a hole in this guy? Because they're not very easy to find.
Past Coll's hitting his line through. Can't quite get it through. Baptiste, Masotti.
Yeah, that's never a good sign for anyone when they're feeling like they might be making a little bit of headway against Coll. Oh, it's an incredible shot. That is unbelievable. Oh, he's gone there. Gone.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, that sums it up, really. He did some seriously productive work there, Masotti, but unfortunately let himself down in the last 2 rallies. An unforced error and then a stroke. 22 minutes, Johnny. That's a duration and a half. 1 game to love lead for Coll.
Especially in the first game, Joey, where he was going with him point for point. That's a good answer.
It is. He does have a tendency, though, to hit a lot of mid-court. I was watching his match with very briefly. Well, he's cracking on, Coll. There's the squeeze. So a bit of a dispute on the serve. Inch perfect stuff from Coll. Just getting the basics really sorted. 33 minutes. And it's now a 2-love lead for the number 2 seed here in Qatar. Thomas Wacker, the Austrian referee for this one. This is it. You can hear the ale. Johnny boy. There's a skip in the step of Masotti.
Certainly is.
What do you think about his service, Johnny? Seems like there's a massive amount of thought that goes into it. Just seems to set up and just give it a wallop. Paul Coll's walloped it there. Another mid-court dealt with from Coll, who I'd imagine will start to open up a little bit more here. So Coll serving with match ball for the last place in the quarterfinals, and there the tin is thrashed. Masotti thinks about walloping his leg with the racket, and embrace there from both players. Baptiste Masotti certainly will be on the rise. He is on the rise. Just unfortunately for him, at last low kill attempt flattening into the tin. So Paul Coll, 49 minutes for him, pretty comfortable run out, but certainly been put on his mettle, just trying to get a few extra practices in.
Well, he wasn't feeling comfortable the whole match with his drops, that was clear.
No, Andy Taylor hopefully feed him a little bit there.